The deputy stepped out of his cruiser and stared at my 83-year-old grandfather, shirtless, sunburned, beer in one hand, trout in the other. Beside him, HOA President Shoreline was screeching like a banshee, pointing at him as if he were a fugitive. "So, let me get this straight," the deputy sighed. "You called 911 because this man was whistling while fishing on his own dock?"
Grandpa grinned. "Ain't just my dock, son.
I own the whole damn shoreline. I'm Trevor Hanley, his grandson, a designer who loses track of days, but Grandpa? He remembers every inch of land he's owned since 1973. He built his cabin when Cedar Crest Bluff was nothing but trees and quiet water. Now it's Summer Haven Shores, an HOA-ruled resort where people complain about mosquitoes and ban wind chimes. Shoreline, the self-crowned HOA queen, ran the neighborhood like it was a kingdom. She banned chimes over 12 inches, required earth-tone furniture, and even sent Grandpa a letter forbidding shirtless seniors in visible areas. He used it to wrap fish guts. Soon, she was fining him for his old dock, his canoe's color, his bird feeders, even his bamboo wind chime his late wife made. When he played Amazing Grace on harmonica, she claimed noise pollution. The final straw came when she tried to shut down his annual 4th of July fish fry, a family tradition older than the HOA itself. Grandpa mostly laughed her off, until one Saturday 2 men in HOA polos appeared, chaining his dock and posting a sign, "Property of Summer Haven Shores." Grandpa just smiled. "Mind if I call my lawyer?" What Shoreline didn't know was that Grandpa had bought the entire eastern shoreline in 1981, every inch legally deeded to him. The HOA's walking paths, benches and gazebos,
all built on his land.
He'd stayed quiet for years, watching their arrogance grow. That ended when Shoreline called 911, accusing him of aggressive paddling and polluting the lake with beer. When the deputy arrived, Grandpa explained he was sharing a drink with his late wife's memory. The deputy softened, but Grandpa decided it was time to make things official. Within an hour, county officials, a surveyor, and even Judge Hernandez stood at the dock. Measurements confirmed it. Every HOA structure on the eastern shore sat squarely on Walter Hanley Sr.'s property. The HOA had been trespassing for a decade. Shoreline turned pale as the judge noted, "Spending HOA dues on private property without permission sounds like misappropriation of funds.
Maybe fraud."
The sheriff's department opened an investigation. Grandpa's lawyer sent a cease and desist demanding the removal of all HOA structures, 3 gazebos, a pickleball court, a pergola, and more. Their attorney advised immediate compliance. By Monday, work crews were dismantling years of HOA improvements. Shoreline stood on the road with binoculars, documenting every plank being removed like it was a tragedy. Then Grandpa delivered the knockout blow. He leased the entire shoreline to the Cedar Crest Fishing Club. A giant new sign went up.
Private Shoreline, Property of Walter Fischwhisperer Henley. No entry without permission.
The fishing club moved in, happy to protect their new home. Shoreline tried everything, claiming adverse possession, appealing to city council, but the city attorney shut her down. "He owns the land.
You don't."
Then came the viral news clip, HOA president calls cops on elderly veteran, gets schooled in property law. Footage of Shoreline screaming, "HOA lives matter," while being escorted off the dock made her an internet meme overnight. A financial audit exposed over $70,000 of HOA funds spent on Grandpa's land. The district attorney charged Shoreline with misappropriation and fraud. In court, she stood trembling as the judge read the sentence: 2 years probation, 300 hours of community service, and $45,000 in restitution. "But that's my entire retirement," she cried. The judge replied dryly, "You should have thought of that before spending other people's money." Grandpa just smiled from the gallery, arms crossed, looking every bit the